All right, guys, everyone is wondering, what does the updated polling say post Saturday? I really don't think we have much right now, although I am going to give my thoughts on how I think this is really going to affect the election. I kind of talked about it on Saturday, but really, I mean, obviously the big story with Trump, him being okay, things like that. Now we can talk about it, and we've got an updated forecast here from one of the main models that's got Trump at around a 78% chance. This is a new high for Trump, and this is before the polls update, and we get the big polling swath post-assassination attempt, which I think we're all expecting, even liberals, this to be amazing for Donald Trump, just the way it happened. Liberals scrambling now saying don't make him a victim. It's impossible not to. He got his ear shot off, blown off, and he gets back up 30 seconds later with blood coming down his face. It's one of the most epic things we've ever seen. So obviously Trump's only going to go up from here, and you can see based on this model, we've also got a new poll that was done really almost, I don't know why they released it now. It was done like 9-10 days ago out of Virginia, a good pollster, the Virginia Commonwealth, VCU, that college, they're saying that Trump was up 3, and now we've got a tied overall aggregate average according to Real Clear Politics in the state of Virginia with, a sizable amount of electoral votes. When it comes to this, you can see when they zoom it in on all kind of the swing states. Obviously, Texas, I think, is a pure lock for Trump. Ohio's a pure lock. Maine's second district, I would say, is pretty much a lock. Not that it matters a ton. It's one electoral vote, but you also do have Florida, one of the big headlines this year, getting to kind of the swing states, North Carolina. I do want to get to, let me just show this really quickly because this is really important, and this is the stuff that updates in real time. So with the polls, there's going to be a lag. We need to wait to get the update, but this is the real update right now, and you can see the two key moments that have happened this summer, seismic things. I'm not even sure anything this big happened in 2020. Well, I mean, the pandemic, that happened in March, and it was going on throughout the year, but this year we've had two huge things. The Biden public horrible debate, performance. Going into that debate, people don't remember. It seems like eons ago at this point, but the liberals, they were rallying behind Biden. I mean, there was no talk of replacing Biden. The horrible debate, Biden freezes for like 15 seconds within the first like 2 or 3 minutes of it, and he has to end up admitting, yeah, it was a terrible debate. He said that several times now. He said it to Lester Holt last night. But look at what happened to Biden. So this is the debate. June 27th was the debate, right? And that's where Biden goes from 35% chance. Because remember, the betting odds, it updates in real time. So on the debate, the 27th, Biden goes from 35 to 22, minus 13%. And that was more so Gavin Newsom originally headlining, possibly thinking he was going to replace Biden. And then we had the whole spat with Kamala versus Biden, the infighting between Democrats, the younger people, outside of like AOC, the younger people wanted Kamala replacing Biden because Biden's just ridiculously old. Believe it or not, Biden does have a lot of support with older people. I think old people are kind of pushing back against people making fun of Biden due to his age. Not that it matters a ton. Biden's got, a very little chance of winning either way, but it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic within the Democratic Party. And now we've got, you can see what happened, the assassination attempt, Trump at 56%, and boom, he's up 10% after the assassination attempt. Overall average over Biden plus 48%. He's at 66% right now, or this was the 15th. Right now it's the 16th. It's probably going to update, after today is over, but around a 48% lead in terms of betting over Biden. You do have Kamala at this point. It's interesting. Kamala goes ahead, then Biden goes back ahead in terms of the Democratic nominee, and then Kamala goes back ahead, and now Biden has gone back up. And the thought process there is that because of the assassination attempt, they can't really do anything. Like, they can't put pressure to remove Biden. Number one, it's just not going to be headline news. That's the whole point. Putting pressure on Biden is constant news. That's why the Biden campaign, they were feeling threatened. They scheduled all these exclusive interviews with Stephanopoulos and Lester Holt, and last night nobody cares about it. And Biden performed obviously horribly in that interview as well. At this point, it's not a surprise. This is just where Biden is at this state with how old he is. But we have seen Biden go back up because they really can't put pressure on Biden. It's not going to make the news. It's not going to be a big deal. We just had one of the craziest situations we've ever seen a literal bullet that's a photograph of a bullet going behind the president's head and hitting his ear. And then we've got the RNC. Trump makes an appearance like 2 days later. It's unbelievable. So really, nobody cares right now about Biden, about the Democrats. That's why internally you get MSNBC and CNN reporting the people that want to pressure Biden to drop out, they've had to call off the dogs for at least a week because of this Trump situation. And we'll have to see if they go back to it. Last night, the interview with Lester Holt says, I know you're debating Trump in September, but you admit you had a horrible debate. Why not debate him earlier than that? Because Trump challenged Biden to another debate before September 10th, and now Biden wants absolutely nothing to do with a debate. If I was Trump, I would pressure that immediately. Trump has so much of the nation right now. They all feel bad for him. Imagine Trump debating Biden after the RNC, like maybe on Saturday or next Monday. I heard the Kamala versus J.D. Vance debate's going to be happening soon. I know everyone's excited for that. I think, I would expect Vance to win, obviously, with Harris at this point. Not the greatest debater. We saw that during the Democratic primaries, and also Vance is a very sharp guy. Say what you want about does he help the ticket or not. He's very impressive in terms of his ability to articulate himself, former lawyer and all. But if I was Trump, I would pressure it. And Biden said, basically said, I'm not debating Trump until September 10th. We've got another debate scheduled. I'll do it then. And Lester Holt's sitting there like, this is ridiculous. You admit you sucked in the debate. Why would you not want to get back out there? And obviously the Democrats are saying, right now everyone feels bad for Trump. You need to not debate him. Stay away from him. This is bad no matter what. It's going to be horrible optics if you debate him and Trump comes out there with, the ear and stuff, and it's just going to look great and people are going to galvanize around Trump, just like Trump appearing at the RNC last night. So right now, this is obviously Trump's biggest lead yet. And once the polls get updated, the only reason you see the Real Clear Politics kind of as similar numbers, I will say we did just have the huge polling update, the swing state update that was before. This is the Virginia poll. VCU comes out with it, the college. Trump +3. It was done a while ago. Listen, if this is even close to accurate, Trump is winning this state. That's just the reality at this point. You also do have Georgia before the assassination attempt, Trump +3. He's maintained a solid 3, 4, 5-point lead in Georgia. You do have Trump versus Kamala. Very bad news for Kamala there if they wanted to choose her. Same exact poll. Looks like she's got significantly less support in Georgia than Biden, at least according to that poll. Biden, these are actually from Rasmussen. That's a good number for Biden, 44% approval rating. But either way, Biden at this point, how bad do they have his approval rating? Because I believe 538 always had his approval rating worse. Yeah, his approval rating here is right around 39%, maybe creeping up slightly. But these numbers are just so bad. These numbers, man, at -25, it was significantly worse. So right now, Biden, 39%. Is he at 39.9, really? Well, he's come up a little bit, but still 39.9. Trump 2 points higher. That's him dealing with a global pandemic. Obama and Bush significantly higher than that. And then you do also have Pennsylvania. This came out yesterday. This is before the assassination. Trump +3. You bring everyone else in, which is technically more accurate, although the way polling is done, maybe not. Trump sitting +2. Virginia, New York Times comes out, Biden +3. So I think that's more good news for Trump, considering this poll was done before the assassination attempt, and it's only got a 3-point lead. It's like within the margin of error. You bring everyone else in, Biden's +2. Arizona, this is from the Times, Trump is sitting +7. Georgia, Trump +4. Michigan, Trump +2. Nevada, Trump +4. North Carolina, Trump +4. Pennsylvania, Trump +3. Wisconsin, Trump +5. So maybe Trump's separating himself a little bit from Biden in Wisconsin. Right now, the RNC happening in Wisconsin. Not that that's going to make a difference to this poll, obviously, but you are seeing Trump maybe with a little bit of separation. The aggregate average sitting 3.4. You would think with the new swath that comes in after Saturday, we would see Trump possibly expand that lead in Wisconsin, similar to what's going on in Pennsylvania, where maybe we're not classifying Wisconsin and Pennsylvania as swing states. They're lean Trump, because I said before Saturday that Pennsylvania was already lean Trump. Like, if you look at all the polls in Pennsylvania, it's pretty crazy, and this is obviously all of them included. This has Trump +2.8. The two-way is a lot better for Trump, I believe. Yeah, the two ways, Trump plus 4.5, and base. I mean, look at all this. I mean, this is 15 straight polls Trump is leading in Pennsylvania. And you do have the outlier there, but it's not in the average anymore. That's why Trump's sitting plus 4.5 there. So these numbers in the Rust Belt are looking phenomenal. This is before Trump gets the amazing polling boost that we expect. Him, coming back, fighting after fending off that bullet that would have killed him. I mean, the stuff that we're hearing about the Secret Service and what's going on there. So RFK right now sitting in some of these swing states, 5%, 7%, 8%, somewhere around there. RFK talking to Trump over the phone accidentally leaks it. They start talking about vaccines. Does RFK come out and endorse Trump and drop out? Trump was obviously trying to get him to do that during a 2-hour phone conversation. They have a nice relationship now. And then does Trump and RFK have a dual appearance on Rogan? Could that possibly be a thing? Will Trump go on Rogan? Will Rogan say he wants to host a debate with Trump and Biden, and then Biden denies, doesn't want to do it, and then Trump goes on there? So this is all stuff you have to consider. And I mean, right now, this is just, obviously we knew it. Democrats knew it. Like, you could take a look at, these are kind of like the states to look at: North Carolina, Arizona, Georgia. I think those are all more safer for Trump. Pennsylvania at this point, I would say lean Trump. What do they have Pennsylvania at? 75% chance for Trump. Nevada, they say 72% chance. I would probably agree. Wisconsin, they say 70% chance. And then they have pure swing states. Michigan, 64% chance. I can't disagree with that right now. They've got New Hampshire as a pure swing state, along with Minnesota. Biden with a 57% chance there. And then the one that I would disagree with would be Virginia. I think it's a pure swing state. I would say maybe Biden's got like a 52% chance to win it right now. New Mexico, we need more polling. New Jersey, I think, is teetering right now after what happened on Saturday. I think New Jersey might legitimately turn into maybe like a Biden 60% chance type state where he's up by 3 or 4 in the polls. New Jersey should be getting close. We know the internal polling out of New York. Trump's very unlikely to win it. But after what happened, I mean, it could get closer and closer and closer. And then you also have states like Oregon where there was some interesting polling. But obviously the next states we would look for Trump is a Virginia, is a Minnesota, which now Trump has as a swing state. Virginia, I think, is also a swing state. And then it would also be New Mexico. And then after that, you would look for a New Jersey. And then after that, it would probably be Oregon, Washington, and then maybe a New York. Also, you would have to consider Delaware as well in that scenario. New Hampshire already a swing state. Also, Trump taking back that 2nd district. They give Trump, They give Biden a 58% chance to win just because there's no polling. I think Trump's going to take that 2nd district and Nebraska back as well. So this is all huge stuff right now, and this is really before the major good news. So Trump sitting at an all-time high. Are we able to get Trump to maybe like an 83 over, or maybe just over 80% chance to win once we get the swath of polls to update? Because this is just based on previous polling. The election odds are based on real-time updated info. That's why everyone uses them, because polling, there's like a lag. So this is before the huge polling. This is a huge blowout, and why would it not be? You had one of the most ridiculous debates ever. We were already talking about the Democrats' split between Harris and Biden 4 months before an election with an incumbent president. This is unheard of. It is total incompetence by the Democrats. And then add to that Donald Trump nearly getting killed. You know, the bullet destroys his ear. They blow his ear off. And then he gets up 30 seconds later, says fight, with blood streaming down his face. And then Democrats double down and say, no, we're pissed that Trump wasn't killed. So, of course, this is going to be a huge blowout. I'm thinking it's probably going to be 400 electoral votes. Now, obviously, they're going to try and say stuff, you know, with the propaganda. Their big thing has been Project 2025. They will not shut up. I thought that was going to be like a week-long thing, but you got to muzzle these people or something. They just keep talking about it. They've got the fear-mongering about J.D. Vance. I know. No, J.D. Vance is a horrible white supremacist. He's terrible. With these people, it's just any white male is just so horrible. I mean, it just doesn't faze me. I just don't care what they say. But that's obviously what the mainstream media is going to say. And I don't think it's going to have much of an effect. What happened on Saturday usurps any bullshit, Democratic, fear-mongering, racist talking point, or like racism talking point where they say the right's racist. What happened on Saturday showed the nation that Donald Trump is going to fight for the country. Remember, that was one of their talking points. They said all Donald Trump cares about is himself. Donald Trump, he's a multi-billionaire. He should be out on a golf course every day in beautiful weather. He's at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, nearly getting his head blown off. But no, Trump doesn't care about the American people at all. You're right. No, you're right. They've lost their main talking point. I don't know why any independent would vote for this crap. These people don't even like Biden. He can barely talk. It's all fear-mongering, and now people see that. That's why it's at 77% chance without the major polls that are just going to... We need Trump at like 85, 86% chance with what he did on Saturday and the courage he showed. We need Trump over 90 at least, because, I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. How do you see something like that? You're an independent person. You see what Biden's done. You see the charade that the Democrats have, and you're still going to fall for the bullshit MSNBC propaganda? No, MSNBC's right. We're all racist. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's not a winning strategy. Everyone saw what happened on Saturday. Everyone loves Trump now. Trump comes out on Monday. He's stoic. He's amazing. The left tries to make fun of him and say he's sleeping. I mean, I think the left was pissed off because they were like, he's sleeping. We missed a chance to assassinate him again. That's what the left was saying. But obviously he was just praying, just totally disrespectful by them. But no, they're the tolerant left. They're the part, they're great people, obviously. But either way, guys, this is the update. I didn't want to lose my train of thought there. It's huge stuff. And Trump's up big, and I would be shocked at this point if Trump did not improve on these already crazy averages. It is hilarious. I'm not even going to look at 538. I think 538 has Biden at like a 52% chance to win. Let me tell you something right now. There could be a poll that could come out, and it could be Trump plus 30 in Michigan, and I think 538 would still have Biden as like a 0.1% chance to win. Because, based off of, I don't even know what they're talking about. I mean, even like, people that liked 530 is like, what are you doing? But there's no point in even getting into it. It's a waste of time. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.